Hi, and welcome back to Petology. I'm Blair Miles-Crouch, and I'm joined by trainer Jen Penner. Earlier in the last segment, we talked about how to get your dog in the right state of mind for learning, and we have a special, very relaxed guest for us right now. Who do we have here?
This is Daisy. Hi,
Daisy
pretty.
is just,
good girl.
She's just chilling out. Now, this is pretty impressive considering there's a lot of lights and there's a lot of people in here, and she is very relaxed. Now, what are you going to teach us today?
Well, I'd like to talk a little bit about how to effectively communicate with your dog. A lot of us have certain expectations of our dogs, and we forget that they come to us not necessarily knowing our language and what we hope to have them live with us and what's allowed and what's not allowed. So. Okay. The first thing we really need to know is we need to find a way to talk to them that makes sense to them, because our language isn't their language necessarily. I said before, they're watching us all the time. Their language is body language, so they're very good at reading us and other animals, and often we just do a lot of chatter.
I do that all the time. I'm never not chattering.
We talk a lot, and sometimes we think they know our words before we've even put time into teaching them what our words mean. Now, if we tell our dogs, if we have a system to tell our dogs when they've done something well, that can be really helpful in teaching new skills or new positions, sit or down or whatever you want to do. But
and she did it.
Basically, whatever you tell your dog you like, they will do more often.
So
if you've ever taught shake a paw and all of a sudden you've had fun with that with your dog, all of a sudden your dog's always offering their paw. It's because you've told them that's something you like. So if you teach them sitting on the couch with you is something you like, they're going to do that more often. So you would hope we talk about the process to teaching a sit, because often that's when people think their dogs know, maybe before they actually do.
Really?
And, well, have you ever heard people who say, dog, sit? I said sit. Dog, sit. And they don't know if they're going to do it on the first time, the second time, the third time. I like to teach in a way where you get a little bit more reliability than that. And it's by using their language a little bit more effectively. So if we can wake this old girl up.
Hey, you said down. She's down.
Yeah. Ready, Days? Let's go. Good girl. So I like to use food initially. We want to set our dogs up for success. We want to train with a high value reward initially in a low distracting environment, which this may not be, but hopefully this is an easy enough one for her.
Sure.
So if you said to me in German, sit, I would probably stare blankly at you.
I don't even know what the word is.
And that's what our dogs think. You're chattering at me, but I don't know what that means. So we need to add an instruction to the word to help them understand that that means a certain position. So if I get her up, and I use the body language combined with the word, ready, Days, sit. Yes.
Wow.
And yes to her means she's done a good job, and then she gets a treat. So when a dog looks up, their bum hits the floor.
Okay.
And that's the position we want to show them. So what happens here, come on, is this becomes her symbol for sit.
Oh, just this?
Yeah, because that's how I've taught it to her. So come on. But we like to talk a lot, so we'll do sit. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Good girl. And you see when I say yes and told her she's done a good job, her little tail starts to wag and she knows she's done a good job.
Good job.
And she's like, maybe you'll feed me too.
Yeah. I sadly don't have food. I don't have the trick.
Sit.
I don't have the treat. Oh.
So we want to set them up for success, and we want to help prepare them for things they're going to need to do in life. So we focus on a lot of body handling exercises. You go to the vet, you go to the groomer, all of those can be stressful for your dog. And if they haven't been prepared for that, then I think it's a little bit unfair to them. So we want to set them up for success. We want to make sure we can handle them all over their bodies and that they can do things that are going to be asked of them when they are in those circumstances at the vet or at the groomers or just in life when we take them alongside us.
Now, is it Now, do you need a lot of patience when you're training a dog? Oh,
Daisy was in a different home before she came to me,
Okay.
and they taught her to speak if she wanted a treat.
oh, see?
So again, whatever you tell them is a good thing. They're going to do often. I think you need a lot of patience, and particularly in our program, we want to give our dogs choices. I didn't like being micromanaged as a kid. Do this, do this, do this, do this. And I don't think our dogs really like it either. So it's fun to set them up to make choices, and when they make the choice we like, we can tell them, and then they'll make that choice more often in the future.
And it's a lot of repetitive actions, because that's what dogs are like. Oh, I see. Like you said.
Yeah.
Oh, you like when I do that thing. I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep doing that thing.
Yeah, and especially with animals, they don't always transfer the learning from place to place. So just because your dog's a really good sitter in your living room doesn't mean you could take it to the Forks with all the distractions that are there and expect it to obey the same way. So it's really the job of the human to take their dog to multiple locations and do the work in different places to generalize the training.
Great. Thank you so much, Jen. Thank you so much, Daisy. We have more Petology coming your way, so stick around.
Thanks.
Bye, Daisy.